Hey everybody, how you doing? This is about to be a really fun video because of what I got out of the range today. This is my brand new Savage model 93R17 TRR-SR. That's a mouthful, but if you know Savage, you know the model 93 is rimfire model. R17 means it's a 17 HMR. The TRR-SRR gives us some more goodies in this stock. It also came with this tactical-ish pick rail that gives you the pick rail front and back there for an optic, and then also on both sides. It also means we get a heavier fluted barrel and a threaded barrel on the end. This is my Banish 22 suppressor. That's a silencer central suppressor. But yeah, and what did I put on here? This is a Blackhound 5 to 25 by 56. Somebody said, man, you put a big old optic on a rimfire. Yeah, we're gonna try to do some really fun stuff at extended ranges with 17 HMR, and I wanted to have some zoomies. So today, I'm gonna sight this in at 100 yards, and the bow lights I brought out here for us to sight it in with is this stuff right here. The Remington Magnum rimfire. If my camera will focus there, come on. It's not wanting to focus. Let me bring it over here and show you on the table. The bow lights I brought out here to test in this thing today is this right here. Remington Magnum rimfire, 17 grain JHP. Let's get to sighting this thing in, see what we can do with it. All right, so if you've been watching the show for any extended amount of time, you've seen how I sight stuff in. Today is going to be no different. So at 10 yards, I have a paper plate that I have two dots drawn on. One, the dot that I'm going to aim at, the second dot that I want to hit. So just to get the optic on the same plane as the barrel. So I'm going to load a couple up here. That fed good, didn't it? And we're just gonna see on this paper plate, get it on at 10 yards before we go back to 100 and try to do it. So we'll see where we're at here. Suppressed 17 HMR ought to be kind of cool too. I never tried that before. All right, so where'd we hit? Well, how about that? That was lucky. I didn't bore sight this or anything. I just put this scope on. Y'all that watched the show have seen I did a video mounting this scope back at the house. I didn't do any bore sighting or anything, but it hit literally at the dot that I wanted to hit without any adjusting. So that being said, I'll meet you back at 100 and we'll get this thing dialed in at 100. I'm excited. All right, so here we go, back at 100, and I'm already got sweat coming down me. So let's get to cracking. I didn't bring my big lead sled out, but I got my little lead sled out here. This is a Caldwell Lead Sled 3. A lot of time when I pull out the lead sled, people say, oh, you're a sissy. I use the lead sleds more to help me get a good rest and do precision than I do to mitigate, that's a big word, mitigate the recoil. But I promise you I'm not a sissy. And those orange Caldwell targets are super bright. I think they got some new paint in their thing because those are fluorescent. Oh yeah, 25 zoomies is awesome for this. I might end up leaving this scope on here, but I don't know, we'll see. See how we do there. I'm gonna hold the top target in the center and let's see how good our bore sight was. Man, sweating. All right, so we hit about 2 inches low. I'm gonna go ahead and make some of y'all happy and do a group of 3 before I adjust the scope here. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm gonna try to split a card with this today, but it's gonna be in another video. I think this is gonna work out. Based on those two touching at 100, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust this scope and then we'll do some groups with this thing. All right, I rough clicked that in, but we should be a lot closer. Let's see where we're at. Top left target. Little right. 2 more. Close to dead on. If you're a 17 HMR fan, also stay tuned. Another day, I'm going to do a full bow light test where I'm gonna bring out all the 17 HMR I can get my hands on and run it through this and see what it likes the best. Ooh, that one hit bullseye. Let's do another group of 3. We reload, we'll do the top right target. Here goes another group of 3, top right. Little right. Little right again. Little right again. We're still under 1 inch, but I'm gonna bring it left just a shade. Let's see how this one's centered on the bullseye here. Bottom left. Bullseye. Touching. Woo! I don't think those previous ones I wasn't holding real tight and solid. Oh yeah, there's 3 touching. Let's do one more group just because we can. Based on that group, I think we can split a card with this. Yep, we're dialed. Yep, we're in there. Yep, we're in there. And that makes me happy that it likes this Remington stuff. But if you're looking for a precision 17 HMR, it doesn't get much more precision than that second to last group. Man. And we didn't have to hunt real hard to find ammo that it likes. But let's run down there and look at it real quick. All right, so I'm pretty excited, pretty happy with that. I see it all the time in videos. What gets me excited is those super tight groups. You have a cool scope, have a cool trigger, all that stuff, but that all doesn't amount to a hill of beans unless you can pretty near put them in the same hole. But we did it with 17 HMR. I don't think I've ever done a group that small with 17 HMR. I'm not gonna ramble on about it. The results speak for themselves. Let me just show you up close here. So, these were our first 2 hits after checking it at 10 yards. Adjusted the scope. Then I did 1, 2, 3. Again, I did 1, 2, 3 here. And after this one, I adjusted the scope to the left a little bit. Then I did this. I will consider this just about as perfect as you can do. I don't have my calipers out here today, but I would venture to say that's a 0.2 inch group all day long, maybe even in the 0.1 something range. That's pretty wild, that's pretty awesome, and that gets me excited. What I did with this compared to this is I really pulled the stock into my shoulder tight, whereas these two, I was just free recoiling it. You guys know what I'm trying to say, but these I really pulled the stock in tight, so to try to keep it more still. Same thing here, which I got 2 touching and 1 a little bit higher. Maybe that was me, maybe that's the ammo, I don't know. But again, that's that Remington 17 grain Magnum rimfire. Savage, model 93R17 in the TRR-SR. Hey, I dig it. Well, now that we did those groups, I'm gonna have a hard time taking the scope off. I may have to just leave this one on here. I got another scope that's specifically made for 17 HMR I was gonna put on here, but you get groups like that, I hate to mess with anything, you know what I'm saying? But hey, if you're looking for a 17 HMR, this is one I can say pretty slick. It's a little bit heavier, which is good for precision. It has more of a precision style stock. Yeah, I dig it. Easy to mount a scope with that pick rail. Yeah, and it's threaded, so we could suppress it. But hey, I said I wasn't gonna ramble, I'm sitting here rambling. I told you I get excited about small groups. But hey, appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Let me know if you have a Savage Model 93. Let me know what you think about them. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one. Hoo-dee-hoo!